What is that I hear? The Sephora savings event is here? Oh, I got a lot to say about that. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. As you know, the Sephora savings event starts tomorrow for Rouge insiders. And no matter what tier you are, I'm going to share with you my recommendations for the Sephora savings event. If you're new to my channel, I have tried, especially in the makeup department, almost everything that Sephora has. My specialties are Sephora brands. So I've taken all of what I've tried and I've thought about what I've really been loving and reaching for over the last few months since the last Sephora sale. And these, if you ask me, are the items that's worth it. Now, we are living in a day and age where there are a lot of makeup sales in general. It used to not be like that. So the Sephora savings event used to be a little bit more special. But you have to be very careful what you pick up with the Sephora savings event nowadays, since a lot of these brands often have better sales on their websites, particularly if you are not Rouge. So I try to keep that in mind with a lot of brands that I mentioned. The best brands to pick up that I think don't have sales as often, they all have sales nowadays, but Charlotte Tilbury, it's very far and few between. Brands like Dior, the luxury brands, Hourglass, YSL, all of those brands are really great to pick up during this time because they don't have as many sales. And oftentimes I do leave out specific brands with products that I really like because I just know you can get a better value on their website. Like Pat McGrath is one of those for sure. Come to think about it, YSL has a lot of sales. Anyways, but nonetheless, I do think the Sephora savings event is great because you can get multiple brands in one place. You don't have to worry about making orders from multiple brands, especially when it comes to returning if you don't like a product. If you're somebody who returns a lot, this is when it makes sense to purchase from Sephora because it's just a lot easier to do and they have a lot less to lose, honestly. So they don't mind you returning things. So anyways, that's my spiel. I love the Sephora event. I love the vibe of the Sephora event, the air, and it's especially a special one of the two that they have a year because this is the point in time where they have all of the holiday sets. All of the brands have launched all of their holiday launches, so you can get those new limited edition ones now on a discount. And the holiday kits are very special because a lot of times they are a better value to begin with, so then when you get the additional discount, it's an even better value. So I'm talking about a couple kits today, but I highly recommend you check out my Sephora holiday kits videos. I have one more coming, but those I kind of break down what I think of the products in there and whether or not it's worth it. But definitely make a special effort for the holiday kits for this particular sale because you get a bigger bang for your buck with the value, but also with the amount of products you get from the sets. Anyways, when it came to selecting products, you guys, I have to say, I have a lot of repeats from the last sale that normally doesn't happen, but these last few months, I've really honed in on my favorites. So these are products that have been quite used and abused, and I feel really comfortable recommending these. I think you will really love them. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I want to start off with a couple kits. I always talk about these during the holiday season. I've narrowed down my top 2 favorites. I do have a whole dedicated video reviewing each and every kit that I got, swatching all of the items, but after I've had these longer and been playing with the products in these, my 2 favorites are, I always love the Sephora Favorites Holiday Must-Haves. So this has a good mixture of hair care, skin care, as well as beauty products and fragrance, so it's got a great mix. You get the most amount of product for the least amount of money with this. It's a $189 retail value, but the full price of it is $69. So whatever discount that you get, it's even cheaper than that. This one I believe has about 10 items, and I like most of the items in here. Some of my favorites are the Tower 28 SOS. I go through these pretty fast. I love this Sol de Janeiro fragrance. I love the lip gloss. I love the blush. I love this oil. It's the perfect size to travel. So for me, this is a great pickup. Probably my most recommended thing during the sale. If you want to go in during the sale and you want to spend, let's say, under $60, you can leave with about 10 items if you just pick this up. You get the most variety with this. You can try a lot of different things. Of course, don't buy a kit if you're not going to use most of the items in them, but I'm just laying out what I like. Another really good one, and this is how you can leave Sephora spending under $40 and you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items. This is the Glitz and Glam. There is one product that I don't like in here. It's this ABH Brow Wax, but most people like it. And there's also a pretty useless Armani lip gloss in here that you can probably put on your lips once. But other than that, these are some of my all-time favorite products in this kit. So if you can get that additional discount on top of it, you're getting one of my all-time favorite lipstick formulas, the best eyeshadow stick formula, which is featured in today's video. You get a full-size blush, which is gorgeous, and a full-size beauty blender. What a steal. So those are my two favorites. I definitely recommend checking out my full-blown review to dive in and see which kit is the best for you. But definitely take advantage of these during the savings event. These sell out during the savings event. Like they do every single year. I don't know what stock they have this year, but I'm just saying these are the first to go during the sale. Okay, we'll get into the makeups now. I have two foundations that I recommend that are new, but I know they're going to be longtime favorites of mine. The first one is from Fenty Beauty. It's the Soft Lit Naturally Luminous Longwear Foundation. So this has a formula as good as some of my favorite luxury foundations without the luxury price point. Not saying she's cheap, she's still a high-end foundation, but if you know the prices of luxury foundations, it's a pretty good deal for the performance that you get from this. It makes the skin look so smooth, so soft. It is dry skin friendly. It's not super glowy, but it's also not flat. It's that perfect natural finish, and it looks powder soft on the face, but not like powder drying, but like smoothing powder, soft powder finish. I've been talking about this nonstop on my channel, so if you know, you probably already know. Now, Fenty is a brand that does have a lot of sales on their own website, but with foundations, picking a shade can be tricky, and oftentimes it might have to go back, so that's when I would recommend shopping from Sephora for this, but it is amazing. It's one of my top 3 foundations. It's definitely been my most used foundation in 2024 so far. It has hit the top of my list. The best foundation to launch in 2024, I would say. So definitely take advantage. Way better than the original, if you ask me. Another one, stick foundations. I feel like they got a lot of love this year, which makes me really excited. Now, my all-time favorite foundation brand in the world is Dior, and they launched a new foundation stick. Now, Dior is a great brand to purchase for the Sephora savings event because they never have sales. So this is their Forever Skin Perfect stick. I have mine in the shade 2N. It is skin in a bottle, but way better than your skin in a bottle. It's really smooth, it's very thin and lightweight, but gives a medium buildable coverage. The beauty of a foundation stick is you can really customize the coverage. You can get super light spot coverage, but you can also build this up to like a medium full, not quite full. It also looks super smooth and healthy and lasts all day. Like I said, Dior has my all-time favorite formulas, and this fit right in with their line. So again, one of my favorite foundations. It's hit the top of my list. So which one do I like better of the two? Probably the Fenty Beauty, but this does not mean this is not good. The fact that it is a stick makes it even more versatile than a liquid foundation. So I'm telling you, no matter your skin type, if you walk into Sephora and want to treat yourself to a foundation for this savings event, these two. I mean, I have a lot of products in today's video, but I normally overwhelm you with more products. I was actually, dare I say, a little more selective this time. I have only 2 concealers. So this one has been a longtime favorite of mine at this point. A lot of concealers have came and went on my collection, but this is one that I find myself consistently bringing back into my routine. It's one of the best, so I had to recommend the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. It's creamy, it's smooth, but it's thick, but it doesn't feel heavy. It gives full coverage. It's great for mature under eyes, especially if you like coverage. A lot of times coverage plus mature skin do not mix well together. This is one that, in my opinion, defies that law. I use the shade N5. It's just smooth and buttery. One of the best concealers out there on the market. Natasha struck gold when she found this formula for her brand. Another super good one that I've been Another super good one that I've been reaching for recently. This has hit my side desk. So I have like a little, it's not a desk, a drawer beside me that I put in some of my favorite products that I need to have whenever I'm filming. And I know a product is good when it gets added to that drawer. So we have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer. I use the shade number 4. It's similar to the Natasha Denona in that it's thick but hydrating. It has like a little bit of a faster dry down. I would say Natasha Denona has a more creamy consistency that kind of blends itself out. This one, not that it's hard, but you do notice there's a bit more effort to blend it out, but this also gives full coverage. It's still very hydrating on the under eye. So these are two that are very similar for the reasons that I like them. I would say Natasha's probably a little bit more hydrating. The Danessa probably sets down just a little bit more, but they're very similar and products that I have not been able to stop reaching for. That thicker, more hydrating consistency is what I've been looking for to kind of fill in the hollowness on my under eyes, and those two get it done. I mean, I have them on both of my under eyes and both sides look quite phenomenal. Now, setting powder, to not sound like a broken record, just know I didn't put Huda Beauty Easy Bake Glue setting powder in here, but I mean it, I love it. I recommend that one as well as the Laura Mercier setting powder. But there is a new one that is worth checking out if you are powder hungry. It is the Makeup by Mario's Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. This is a loose setting powder. I tend to prefer loose setting powder. I think that it's a little bit more versatile. You can pack it on, get a thicker layer, but you can also get a really light sweep over the face. This one is more heavy duty. I've described this one as having more body than, say, the Huda Beauty. It's less slick feeling. I think that this is better for more oily skin, but I have dry skin and I still love this. And I feel like this packs and sets the makeup down. It is blurring. It is more so for all day wear that I've been loving this. Not that I only wear it when I need to wear my makeup all day. It sets the makeup beautifully. But it's definitely for a heavy duty makeup day. I go for this for full coverage. The setting powder that this has is beautiful and it's smooth. I am so extremely picky when it comes to powders, and it's pretty tough for a new powder to be competitive with my set in stone favorites, and this one absolutely has. I've not been able to put it down. It just perfects my makeup and it works differently than some of my favorites, so it's earned a spot as one of my favorite powders. If you're looking for a new one, I highly recommend this one. I have a little duo here, a favorite cream contour and a favorite brush to apply said cream contour. So I've been talking about this nonstop. Like, this video has no surprises, which is good. That means that this is as genuine as it gets. But the Dior Forever Skin Contour Stick in the shade 01 Light for my particular skin tone. This has a buttery blend, but almost a soft, creamy powder finish. The tone of this is the perfect cool tone for myself. It's not too gray, but it also has no warmth running through it. And it blends out with such ease like butter. And you'll notice the brush that I'm using is so perfect for the application. It's from Patrick Ta. It's the 4 Contour 2 brush. A face brush can run pretty expensive, which is why I think the Sephora savings event can be great, especially since Patrick Ta is another one of those brands that just doesn't have sales that often. This shape is perfect for applying that cream contour, and the bristles are really great for it as well. It doesn't soak up any product. I even love this for a nice, lazy cream contour down the nose. This is the perfect shape. You can blend it towards the hairline really easily. If you're looking for a perfect brush to apply that cream contour, go for this one. I'm only talking about one side, but the other side here is really nice for powder blushes as well, or if you want to set your bronzer. It's good, but this is the side that I love the most. So I recommend both of these. The perfect shape for contouring, the perfect shade for contouring. Now this, you know it's good because I actually recommended it for this Sephora spring savings event. But I feel like I wanted to bring it to your attention again because they did just launch a new version of this one for the holidays, and it's not as good. If you ask me, it's so much less versatile. It's just like cheek and highlight colors. If you want to get a do-it-all palette, you need to try the Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Essentials palette. And this, just like that Danessa Myricks concealer, has landed a spot right beside me because I go to this to fix everything. So this is a cream palette. It's very expensive. It's a good time to pick up those higher ticket price items because you can get a few bucks off, you know? And this is one of those. So it looks quite boring. It's literally just creams, but if you think about the versatility that it has, one, the formula of the creams, really nice, really versatile. You have highlights, you have blushes, you also have contour color, bronzer color. You can mix these for foundation. You can mix these to create your perfect concealer shade. And what I love to use these most for is I put on my typical foundation and concealer, but a lot of times I feel like my face just needs a little bit more dimension or some correction. So let's say my concealer shade's a bit dark. I'll reach into this and I'll just pop it in my inner corner. I'll pop it on my chin, down my nose to add a little bit of brightness. If I need to deepen my bronze, I'll go for this. If I need to contour my nose, I'll go for this. I mix these two for this side of my face to add the bronze. Super versatile. This is just one of those palettes where I leave it on my desk because if I just need to change something about the coloring of my base or I need a quick cream blush, I go for this. This is like a handy dandy little tool that I recommend for everybody. Great time to pick this up. Now, probably the hottest category this past year was blushes. So I have 4 to share with you, which is a lot, but it was really hard to narrow it down because there are some really good formulas. Let's talk liquid blushes first. Cream and liquids in particular were hot ticket items this year. So this is the one product where I haven't talked about it a ton on my channel. It's new, but I think it's unique. And it's like kind of revolutionary to the liquid blush market. It's from Cali Ray. It's these blurry blushes. And so these are unique because they're a liquid blush, but they dry down like a powder. But even more heavy duty than a powder because if I were to swatch these on my hands, let them set and go like this, the blushes aren't going to move, which is a red flag for dry skin. However, these blur out over the cheek with ease. They set down and they last all day. And blush is one of those products where they are quick to fade. Not these. If you have oily skin and you feel like liquid and cream blushes just don't work well with your oils, try this one. It dries down. It lasts such a long time. I have dry skin and I still love these, and I think oily skin would really thrive with these as liquid blushes. The colors are gorgeous, easy application, and they do have the most beautiful blurred finish, and they don't dry down so fast that you have no time to work with them as well. You have plenty of time to blend them out before they dry down. Now, kind of an opposite style product. It does not have a dry down quite like the Cali Ray. Honestly, these aren't blushes, but these are how I use them. If you love a glowy, juicy, healthy, youthful cheek, you have got to pick up the Dior Forever Glow Maximizers. I think Dior is my favorite luxury brand. I don't know. That's a big statement because Hourglass is also my favorite luxury brand. Well, both of them are fighting for the title. But Natasha, Denona, that's luxury. Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, there's a big competition there. But anyways, Dior's been killing it. So they have these Forever Glow Maximizers, which are actually liquid highlights. But I love the deeper colors as blush. They're fine as highlights, but they're better as blush. So today I demoed rosy and pink kind of mixed together, and you see that glow. And it's not too glowy to where it emphasizes pores and whatnot on the face. It looks like a glowy blush that's quite flattering. So I also like the shade Peachy as a really natural glowy blush as well. So if you're into that glowy cheek vibe, I think you will really, really love these. And they don't act funny with powder underneath. They're extremely high quality. So beyond them just looking gorgeous and illuminating on the face, they're really good quality too. I have a couple powder blushes, a lost art if you ask me. Everybody is so focused on liquid and cream that, I'm sorry, there's nothing like the versatility of a powder blush. So the last Sephora savings event, and I'm planning on picking up more shades, I discovered the Nars powder blushes, which is not this crazy discovery, by the way. Nars has been known for their blushes for literal years, like longer than I've been alive, I feel like. Almost. I'm getting old. I can't say stuff like that anymore. But they repackaged and reformulated them, as I've noticed a lot of brands are doing nowadays. But anyways, I love this formulation. This is my new Laura Mercier. And the only reason why I'm switching to these over Laura Mercier is because I own all the colors of Laura Mercier. So my next collection to own is the Nars. But it's just like a middle of the road blush in terms of like, it's not too glowy, it's not too matte, it's not too pigmented, it doesn't not have enough pigment, it's not too sheer. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the perfect blush that's gonna give you what you see. What you see is what you get. It's very good quality and the color range is gorgeous. Slowly building. I only have Thrill and Deep Throat. I think I want to get Orgasm this next time just to have the classic color in the new packaging. I love these and I'm collecting them, and they just, like I said, you get what you get, and you definitely don't get upset with these. Another really good powder blush, these are a baked formulation, so these have a very pretty pearl to them on the face, is from Kosas. They're the Blushes Life blushes. Now, don't buy the individuals. Listen to me. And I think this is going to sell out during the savings event. It already sold out before the savings event, so if it comes back. I saw it recently at a Kohl's, just FYI. But anyways, the Blushes Life blushes from Kosas, they have a kit. I believe that comes with 3 blushes. Get that. That's the sale item you should get. But anyways, these are such a beautiful formula. They're not too glowy, but they're not flat because they are that baked formulation. And they're really soft on application. It makes your skin look really soft. Powder blush formulas are not something that are, there's not much versatility in the way that you can describe them. You know, it's a powder blush. But I just know I really like some, and there's some I'm less likely to reach for. And I really like this, and I'm reaching for it a lot. And with the size of my collection, if I'm choosing it over other formulas, that's all I need to know that I like it. And then I have a powder highlight formula. I think the feelings on this one are pretty hit or miss, but like, do you see this glow on my face? These are the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighters. They are buttery soft. Honestly, they're kind of fragile. I wouldn't travel with these. But these are such a unique, soft, silky formula that I've never felt from a highlighter. So it's a very unique consistency. And look at how it just melts into the skin for that glazed look. This is one of the very few highlighters that I've been reaching for this year because of how it just soaks into the skin like butter, you know, and some bread. Super satisfying with the application of that. And it's very, very glowy, but I don't find that it emphasizes texture on me. It's like very smooth. Now, the last complexion product that I have are of no surprise. I saw that they were sold out the last time I checked at Sephora, but these are definitely a product you want to look into if you can get a discount on because they're just such a heavy ticket price. The Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Palettes that they launched for the holidays. There are 3 different ones that came out this year. My favorite one, I've been toggling between the Dragon. I think I like the Dragon a little bit more, but Evil Eye is also really great. So Dragon is a little bit more light, a little bit more cool toned in terms of the bronzer mostly is what I'm talking about. And they have this mauve blush. Hourglass is just one of those formulas that cannot be duped or replicated, which is why you gotta pay the expensive price point for them, and they're actually worth it because you can't find an alternative. This one's more for medium skin tones. The Evil Eye, it has more pops, more pinks. And then the Lotus Flower is the deeper option for deeper complexions this year. So these all contain a bronzer, at least, blush, highlight, and a finishing powder, which the finishing powder, if you ask me, is the most unique aspect to Hourglass. They're these really sheer powders where you just get a veil of the Hourglass filter. And that's what the trademark is for me when it comes to Hourglass. The Hourglass filter. I'm using that finishing powder all over my face, and what it's going to do, it's going to smooth everything together, melt everything together, and then have this flawless filter when I walk out into the sun. Never experienced a brand that could replicate that. If you look up the individual prices of these powders, you will see why. If you want to try Hourglass powders, you need to try these 6 pans. It's just an experience that I want everybody to have when it comes to the makeup. And if you don't get it, you just don't get it. Like, the girls that get it when it comes to these powders. And I want everybody at least to have a chance to experience these. So these probably my #1 recommendations for the savings event if you can get your hands on it. Just the best. My favorite holiday launch ever. I'm talking like every year, not this batch in particular, but every year. These are my favorite holiday launch. Okay, that sums up complexion. Let's make our way into the eye portion. For eyes, we have a couple repeat offenders here. One of which being, it cannot be topped. It cannot be trumped. It is the Rare Beauty Flexible Lifting Gel Eyebrow Gel. The best eyebrow gel. It's long lasting without feeling too heavy. The bristles of the wand here really separate the brows to make them look more voluminous. It adds volume to the brow. It's so good that I do this before I apply my eyebrow pencil because I find that when I use this, it does such a good job of shaping the brows and separating the brows that I need very minimal brow pencil work after. I've talked about this since it launched. It is the best brow gel. So, there's just not better. So I needed to talk about that. I stopped using it for a little bit because I was giving my time to other brow gels in my collection. I can't just be one and done here, you know. I have to switch things in and out. So I switched that out, and then I just came back to it, and I'm like, it's just too good. It's just too good. So needed to talk about that. And then also, I think I might have talked about these in the last Sephora sale as well. They've been getting a lot of screen time on my channel because they are the best eyeshadow sticks. And I guess I feel the need to overcompensate for these because for many years, I dissed eyeshadow sticks. I was like, what is the point? Just use a powder eyeshadow palette. It's more fun. It's more blendable. And it's just not true. Now that I've been using the Mercier ones, these blend out as easy as powder eyeshadow. They're easier to put on. They can be mess-free. They're quick if you need them to be. So here are my favorite shades that I use the most, but you can't go wrong with any. The matte colors, Cocoa and Mocha. Those are matte, so I start those off in the crease. And yes, they do blend out with a brush or with your finger. I'll also use Cocoa sometimes as an eyeliner. And then the shimmery shades I use the most. Amethyst, which is a little bit more purple, Rose Gold, and then Moonlight is probably the most reflective. So I'll show you. This is Moonlight. I like to put it for just a little bit of, well, maybe not the best example in this case, but it adds such a pretty glow to the eyelid. Just take my word for it. But these are really good. They don't crease, even though they are a cream formulation, and they're mess-free. You get no fallout with them. So if you are lazy with eyeshadow, you're looking for a simple eyeshadow solution to just get something on the eye, you gotta get these. And with it being the savings event and holiday season, there's kits right now that Mercier has, so you can get multiple shades. Those are what I recommend over purchasing individuals. Get the kits. And then I've been talking about these a lot lately, but I've refallen in love with them since they launched new shades recently. But these are the Kofi Zari Eyes eyeshadow. Now, I heard a complaint about the shade Sana Sana, that it was too chunky for some of you and flaky. Yes, this one has really, they're like flakes. They're chunkier. It's supposed to be really textured looking. If that's not your jam, they do have smoother ones like Bronze Brocade. These are a gel to powder formulation. They're very thin when you apply them on the eyelid, and they end up drying down just like a powder. So they're really easy to blend the edges to get it to work with whatever crease color you have or lack thereof crease color. You can just soften it out, and they don't crease because they kind of dry down like a powder, but you get that jelly-like consistency with the application. I think they're so pretty. They're lightweight. They have beautiful colors. I need them to add more. Kofi. Love these so much. These are my favorite gel cream style eyeshadows, I would say. And I have had Bronze Brocade for over a year now, and it has not yet dried out. Okay, now for the fun part, eyeshadow palettes. Now, I tried to be minimal with my choices, and I was very specific with the ones that I chose. So I feel like I always need to recommend a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette because Right now, they're my favorite eyeshadow brand at Sephora. I think they have the best colors. Surprisingly, I'm not recommending the Roxa because I just don't think that's going to be for everybody. And the I Need a Warm, for me, I just wasn't reaching for it. The one that I have been reaching for is the Golden palette. I love this palette, and I was not even like that excited for it, but it's just one of those items where the test of time showed the proof of how much I like this because I ended up reaching for it a lot. It just has brown crease shades that I'm really comfortable with using that are versatile. I'll reach for a brown in here, and then I'll reach for like a Laura Mercier shadow stick for all over the lid, or this shade Cava, like the restaurant, which I love the restaurant. I love this shade too. It's the prettiest gold glimmer all over the eyelid. Every time I wear it, somebody is like, what are you wearing? It's Cava. Fizzy has also got that kind of effect. So this one, it doesn't have the most versatility in looks, which you'll find with a lot of the newer midi palettes that Natasha Denona has. But the thing is, I like the look so much that I'm not even looking for versatility. I want a specific look, and I get it with this. So if you're like kind of a boring, you don't like a look that's too warm or too cool tone for the daily, I think you'll love this. And Natasha Denona just has a killer formula in general. So love this palette. It's definitely a luxury to pick up. It is $69. But if you can get that discount, it is worth it. I'm going to be honest with you, this next one, I am only pressuring you to purchase this to instill FOMO, but at least I'm letting you know I am, because I would feel FOMO if I didn't pick this up. It's the Huda Beauty Icy Nude palette, and this is pretty new to me. I'm not going to lie, but I've really liked it thus far. The reason why, if you don't like this palette, don't buy it. Let me say that. But if you are like kind of teeter-tottering, I would recommend to buy it during the sale because you get a discount, and it's the last one that Huda Beauty is launching, and it's limited edition. So this one, it's for cool tone lovers. If you're not a cool tone lover, get out of here. This isn't the one for you. You just save some money. But if you are, it's really pretty. The formulas impressed me. These shades look chunky and flaky and terrible, and then I applied them and I was like, it's probably like a few of the shades are kind of close to one another, so there's some redundant shades in here. It's not a perfect palette, which is why I'm warning you. I'm just instilling the FOMO in you. It's a new shiny object to me that just launched, so I'm still dazzled by the newness right now. But I did need to mention it because I do think if you are interested, this is a good one to pick up for the sale because it's limited edition. It's not coming back. And I don't think this is worth the full price, but I think it is worth it with the discount. Take what you want out of that recommendation. I'm not telling you it's an all-time favorite palette of mine, but I am recommending it. Now, the other palette I'm recommending is also a new one. I'm trying to think how I want to word this. If you like cool tones, I recommend this, I guess. Again, it's still kind of like a new shiny toy to me, which is why I want to recommend it to you. Like, I was trying not to recommend the new shiny toys in this video. I wanted them to be true long-term favorites of mine. But when it came to the eyeshadow palettes, this is why. The eyeshadow launches were so not exciting this year. The only exciting ones that launched were towards the end of this year in the last month or two. So that's why these are so new. These are the only interesting launches. So this is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. Again, only get it if you like cool tones, but look at this. Gray eyeshadow is cute. I don't care what you have to say. And the formula of this is really beautiful. It's very soft. You get some fallout, but very easy to blend. So I use it to create today's look. I haven't even been buying eyeliners recently or recommending eyeliners because I've just been using eyeshadow as eyeliners. Just FYI. The eyeliner from this palette. Kick Butt Black. So I started off with this shade in the crease. It's kind of a cool tone mauve shade to be the background. And then I was unsure if I wanted to go so gray today, but I did end up using this shade right here in my outer corner. I'm happy I went in that direction. Blended out gorgeous. Really simple today. And then I just used this shade down here. It's not as glittery as the other ones, but I put that all over my lid, and it just has a really pretty, simple sparkle effect. And this black right here, super black, I used that for my eyeliner today. Though, I do recommend Estee Lauder's eyeliners and Lancome's pencil liners if you are looking for liners, but I haven't been using them as much because eyeshadow for me has just been getting the job done. And that black is particularly good, which is why I'm mentioning it. So if these colors speak to you, this is really, really good quality. And I feel comfortable in recommending this quality to you because he has a previous palette that's a similar quality to this that I also love. Now mascara, I'm going back to a tried and true because it's truly what I've been wearing, especially for my more natural eye days. I've noticed I've been going bold in one area of my face for the fall/holiday season. It's a toss-up, like it switches back and forth. So sometimes I go bold on the eyes, which I would consider I've done today, and sometimes I go bold on the lips, which has been exciting for me because I've been so bare with my eye makeup throughout the year. I've had a lot of fun playing with eyes a little bit more, but I've also been wanting to play with lips, and I've noticed when I want a more bare eye, I need a really good mascara. And I've been going for the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara. This is a tubing one, so it comes off with water in tubes, but I like this because it gives my lashes really nice length. And then I go in with my lash curler, and when you have a good lengthening mascara and curl it, then your lashes really show. I have on full season the talking portion, but you guys see the demo. And this one holds a curl really well, which is very important to like faking having fuller, longer lashes. So I've been wearing this simply because it curls really well, and that curl really makes my lashes look so much longer. So holds a curl good. And I do like at the end of the day that it is tubing because I can just take it off. Onto the lip portion, I have a couple hydrating products. Because winter is coming up, I've already noticed my skin is feeling drier, and particularly my lips get uncomfortable. I like to go for walks outside, and I've been noticing I'm feeling a little dry, and this is my cure. I always pop on, it's nothing new, but the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balms. These are my favorite for true conditioning purposes, not even how they look on the lips. Like as a treatment, this really worked to hydrate my lips, and they have a really great longevity to them. They just stay on for a really long time for being a lip product. So my lips really truly stay conditioned, and these heal when my lips feel really dry. So I recommend looking into the holiday sets again for these instead of purchasing individually. They have a nice set of 4 that are mini if you want to try out some different ones, and there's one that's like 3 full-sized ones. I think these are worth even picking up the full-size set. So I really like these in terms of like how well they condition. Now if I want even more glow, but something that is still conditioning, I love the Fenty Skin Fruit Quenchers. Now you don't need to get this set. They also have individuals. These all smell amazing. But this set is really cool because you can actually break these up into 3 and give them to different people. This particular set comes with Passion Fruit, Barbados Cherry, and Kalahari Melon. And I like these because they're similar to the Dior Lip Oil. They have a nice big fat applicator, and they're super reflective on the lips. They smell amazing, and they're also very conditioning. I would say the Summer Fridays is more conditioning, but these you get more of that glossy, full effect to the lips. This is one of my all-time favorite products from Fenty Skin. Randomly amazing like lip oil style product. So I definitely recommend this kit or picking one up individually. Then I have this from Ilia, an underrated product, but I really enjoyed it. It's their Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon in the shade Banquette is the one that I have. And I love the lip pencil sticks. I have smaller lips, and I just feel like this makes the application so much more easy. I like that you don't need to apply a lip liner and this. It's an all-in-one style product. It lasts a long time on the lips. It's not the most conditioning. I definitely recommend putting on something like this underneath, or just, you know, run-of-the-mill lip balm is fine. But so long as you have like a lip balm underneath, this is really beautiful on the lips, and I love the all-in-one style application of this. And I have a couple other sticks in my collection, and this is just the one that I've been reaching for over those other formulas, so that's how I knew this was good. But the all-in-one style lip product I really like about this. And then the lip liners I've been reaching for lately have been the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme. Now these I believe were available before, but they launched new colors, and the new colors were the best-selling colors of the original makeup artist color pencils. But my problem with those other color artist color pencils is they were kind of powdery, which is not a bad thing because they were formulated to be used all over the face. But when it came to the lips, you just need something a little bit more heavy duty to last for the lips. So these are that heavy duty lasting formula. So they set down, but they still have a creamy application. So after they set down, they're not going to budge. They just last so much longer. These shades will sound familiar. I have Anywhere Caffeine, Limitless Brown, Endless Cacao, and this super viral Wherever Walnut. So these are now available in a formula that lasts so much longer. And I still like the original formula, but those just didn't work as well on the lips. So excited that these are available. I will say I noticed some of the colors a little bit different than the original. It's the same vibe on the lips, but they aren't exactly the same in some cases. Okay, I have a lipstick. This is my fall lip color. That's why I'm recommending it to you. It's kind of pricey, but it's definitely a treat yourself moment. And I was talking about I either went bold on the eyes or bold on the lips. This is what I'm going bold for on the lips. I cannot put this lipstick down if I'm lazy with makeup but want to look put together. Curl my lashes with the Hourglass mascara, and then this, and then some concealer and stuff, you know. This is the Hourglass Unlocked Lipstick in the shade Fauna. This is normally not a lipstick I would go to because it looks quite intimidating, but this is the perfect, like, berry, plum, wine kind of lip. Because I wanted it to be different than like a bold red. And this is just that. It's like tweaked to be almost like a plum lipstick. And I don't know, I just think it's so much more sexy than even a red lip. It is beautiful. If you're looking for a new signature fall lip, might I recommend Fauna from Hourglass? Like I said, a more expensive purchase, a more of a treat yourself moment. These are a really comfortable, lightweight lipstick formulation. Quite hydrating as well, so I do like this. This one does have a satin finish, so love this. So it will have a little bit of glow and it won't be drying. And then I do have a fragrance. I didn't want to recommend too many fragrances, so I picked like the one because they're just so expensive. It's from Maison Margiela, and it is the Afternoon Delight. This is their newest scent, and you know this about me. I have the scent palette of a teenager, okay? I like to smell like a cupcake, and that is what this smells like. The fragrance description, a warm vanilla Madeleine. Well, vanilla is my vice. I love vanilla, and this tastes like a vanilla pastry-esque, but like a little bit more mature than that. Like, we're not Bath and Body Works sweet here. We're fancy sweet here, but I smell like a vanilla meringue. It's definitely pastry-like. Anyways, I love this. This is my favorite replica fragrance. And if you want to treat yourself, go into store, smell this, and let me know what you think. I think it's delicious. So this is the one that I've been loving wearing recently. I do normally like to go into Sephora for the savings event and splurge on a fragrance. I don't know what this year is going to be, if I even decide I like one. But if you are looking for one, might I suggest this? There we have it, you guys. Those are my recommendations for the holiday savings event. I would say I have more kits that I would recommend, but I already did all of those kits videos that you guys can check out. But my favorites are the ones that I shared with you, like this one you should pick up, or any of the ones that kind of you fancy. These Kosas comes in a kit that are worth it. The Laura Mercier comes in a kit that are worth it. Summer Fridays comes in a kit that are worth it. So I kind of cheated and gave you some kit inspiration. So I will have all the products that I talked about linked down below in the description box. I'll also have them tagged if you want to shop through the video as well. And happy shopping. Honestly, if you are planning on shopping, have a good time. Let me know down below what is on your wish list to pick up. I cannot wait to go into store on Friday and get the things and smell all the things. Shopping in store is such a different experience than shopping online. I feel like when I go into store, I find things that I didn't even know I wanted. Like, the products tell me that I need them when I go in person. So, of course, I got that online order ready to go too. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If there's any recommendations that you would like to share, please comment them down below. Is there something that I'm missing and that I need to pick up? Surely not. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will have more Sephora savings event content coming up, and I already have a whole playlist of other Sephora savings events videos that you can check out if you're looking for some more inspiration. Definitely check out my spring video that I did this past spring, because most of those are still relevant and still my favorites. I just didn't want to do the same video twice. So, see you later, guys. Have a good one.